I heard footsteps echoing down my hallway before I even realized what was going on. Boxes slammed onto my floors, furniture scraped against my walls, movers, complete strangers, were marching straight through my front door, their arms full of things that didn't belong to me. And leading the parade, my sister-in-law, Jenna. Her husband followed behind her, looking smug and casual like he already owned the place. They didn't knock. They didn't ask. They just barged in. I stood frozen as they dropped boxes in my living room, then rushed back out to grab more. I thought maybe I was dreaming until I walked into my bedroom, my safe space. My bed was covered with Jenna's floral comforter, my nightstand shoved to the corner, my clothes crammed into a plastic tub like trash. Jenna turned, smiling like everything was perfectly normal. "This just makes sense, doesn't it? We'll be staying here for a while. You've got the room." She said it like she was doing me a favor. My chest burned, but I stayed calm. I refused to flinch because if I did, she'd think she had power over me. So instead, I excused myself, walked into the kitchen, and made a call. When I first married Daniel, I actually liked Jenna. I thought she was warm, protective, almost like the sister I never had. At family dinners, she'd smile at me, whisper little tips about surviving in-law drama, make me feel included. But behind the kindness were sharp edges, subtle digs hidden in compliments, snide remarks about my job, teasing me over my budget clothes, questioning the way I ran my own home. At first, I brushed it off. Family's joke, right? But with Jenna, it only got worse. One night, Daniel finally admitted, "She's jealous of you." I laughed, thinking jealousy was too small a word, but as I stood there watching movers unload her furniture into my house, I realized jealousy wasn't small at all. It was invasive, parasite. Eek! It wanted to swallow everything I had. The movers froze when I called their company. "Pack everything back in the truck," I ordered, my voice calm but firm. They looked at me, then at Jenna. She laughed. "She doesn't mean that," she told them, waving me off like I was a child. But I repeated myself louder, sharper, backed with the authority of the person whose name was on the mortgage. They hesitated, then did exactly what I said. Piece by piece, her takeover unraveled. Jenna's face twisted, first confusion, then anger, then disbelief. "What? You can't do this. We're family." I didn't answer. I just stood there and watched as her comforter was folded, her dresser carried out, her boxes hauled away. Her husband mumbled something about a misunderstanding. I didn't correct him. I didn't owe him anything. But payback doesn't come from one single strike. It's in the quiet after, when arrogance crumbles piece by piece. That's when I started my plan. I gathered proof. Photos of them hauling furniture into my house. Receipts showing the damage they caused to my walls. A recording of Jenna herself saying she'd be staying here for a while. Evidence, ready in case she ever tried twisting the story. Then I called my lawyer. We updated my property protections, filed a formal trespassing notice, and tightened security on access rights. One slip from them, and I'd have the law drag them out in cuffs. But I wasn't stopping there. The next step was social. Jenna lived for appearances. She was the self-proclaimed queen of family gatherings, always posting photos online with captions about love and unity. So I hit her where it hurt, quietly. Not to the world, but to the people whose opinions meant everything to her. At the next family dinner, she was in full swing, holding court with her usual dramatics. I didn't argue. I just slid my phone across the table to Daniel's parents. On the screen, the video played. Movers carrying Jenna's furniture into my house. No permission, no shame. Silence spread. I didn't say a word. The look on their faces said enough. Disappointment, embarrassment. The look on their faces said enough. Disappointment, embarrassment, disgust. Jenna's voice cracked, her cheeks turned red, and for the first time, her laugh didn't control the room. For the first time, she was small. But the real moment came a week later. Jenna showed up at my door again, this time without boxes. She tried to smooth it over, painting herself as misunderstood. "Let's not fight," she said with that fake smile plastered on. "We're family. Family shares." I let her keep talking, keep digging her hole deeper with every entitled word. Then I leaned against the doorframe and gave her the final blow. "You're right. Family shares. But respect isn't optional. And after what you tried to take from me, you lost the right to call yourself my family." Her smile collapsed. And in her eyes, I saw something I'd never seen before. Fear. because for the first time, she knew I wasn't afraid of her. I closed the door in her face. Since then, silence. No more unannounced visits, no smug laughter at family dinners, no attempts to creep into my space. Word spread, but not because I shouted. Everyone simply knew